Hello there, Scotty. You're not, and welcome back to Dis-Cember. We're looking at Now You See It, 2005, not to be confused with the 2013 film Now You See Me, and its sequel Now You See Me Too, and the next one, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which they should have just called it Now You See Me 3. I hate it when they start doing a number thing and they're like, oh, we're gonna change it. Just don't be surprised if when I do my review I just call it Now You See Me 3. Because that's what they should have called it. Like, I refuse to add the first steps thing to the Fantastic Four. It's just going to be Fantastic Four 2025. I'm not going to. I refuse that stupid ass name. So anyway, this movie came out in 2005. It's about magic, of course. And it stars Disney Channel star Ali Michalka, or Alison Michalka as she was called, one half of Ali and AJ. She plays the character of Allison. That's a big stretch, isn't it? Play a character like that. Bet she didn't have to. Bet it wasn't hard to be called by the character's name. They kept saying Allison, Allison, Allison. Her co-star is Johnny Picard as Danny Sinclair, the Wonder Kid of magic in this, the Wonderkind. And we have Frank Langella. Yeah, that's right, that Frank Langella. Yes, him in this movie. And he is the bad guy. Oh, you're not supposed to know that. But wait, it's Frank Langella in a movie. So he's obviously the bad guy. As soon as he shows up, like, this is Max, and I'm like, Franklin Jella. Yeah, he's a bad guy, and that was back then. Not now. I've seen this a couple times before. This movie's a little confusing. It's like an hour and a half. It's not that long, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's not enough done for this. Like, they say that Danny has these powers and that Max is gonna help him, but Max is lying to him, of course. But then there's none of this. There's none of this thing. There's nothing done to teach him how to use his powers. He just, by the end, because we need him to, he's able to use his powers now. So the film is framed as if it's sort of a documentary, though they do nothing to make it look like found footage at all. It's just a regular camera sitting in front of her. She's talking. They do nothing. Maybe there's a little bit of stuff. I just thought of this. So, yeah. And Allison was a producer for this reality show. These young kid producers try to find the next kid magician. And she rounds up to Danny Sinclair, and he says he has powers. He's going to make a pigeon appear out of a hat or something, or from a balloon or something. And he keeps doing it, and nothing's happening. So they're like, oh, okay. So then they go to leave, and all the pigeons pop out of the car, and they're like, oh, you got the power. And every time he uses his powers, it malfunctions, right? Because you can't control it. I was under the impression that during this, like, I felt like Max, because there's this whole thing where Max gives him this ring, and it's able to control Danny's powers. I felt like maybe Max should have given him the ring before this, because it's all like, oh, he doesn't know how to control his powers. But it's like, because you see Max there, and she's like, watching this, and it's like, but was this edited wrong? Or so was he supposed to get the ring earlier? Because he just can't control it? Is that what? I guess. And yeah. But she's like, oh, you have real magic powers. There's two people. There's Hunter, who is like another senior producer or something that wants to, he's sort of a jerk. And there's this other guy that works for Max that, here's the thing. She's trying to figure out what it is and if it's real. And they're both convinced at one point that he actually has magical powers. They tried to tell the lady in charge about it, and she doesn't believe him, of course. And then when they try to demonstrate his powers, Max gets up and is like, oh, this chair was given to me, somebody stole it, this is how he did it. And it turns out it's because he lied. He really did levitate. The only thing I had to do with the chair. He set it up. Because I never seen this chair before in my life. So he set it up fake because he doesn't want to expose that there are real wizards out there. Go to Wizard Dunny. Wait a minute. And like, so he's like, Danny, you put this ring on and it will help with your powers. Because every time he tries to use them, it goes wrong. He tries to do a trick with a fish tank and it creates like snow in it. When he tries to help someone else with their thing, they disappear and end up on one of those spinny thingies. So yeah. But after this, Allison is very mad. Like, you lied to me, you tricked me. He's like, no, it is real, he's real. And like, she spies on them with the video camera. And she goes to talk to him because she goes back, and I just thought of this while talking. She goes back to look at some footage. The footage of the birds flying out of the car. They weren't filming when that happened. They were just standing there when the birds flew out. They were not filming. So how is there footage? Also, later at the end, when we cut back to her, the ending of the movie is framed as footage that she shot. No one was filming! And she's like, oh, that's why I had to show you all this footage. You're telling me someone was recording this entire movie, this is footage. Why isn't this found footage? That would have made so much sense, but it's not. But so she goes to tell Danny, and she ends up sneaking down to the thing and recording all this footage with the ring, and she overhears him saying that he's not able to take the ring off himself, and the ring will put him under his control, and he'll do, what needs to be done. And she realizes that that this other the magician that trained Max also died wearing the ring. So it's like he's going to, like, he's trying to stop other magicians. Like, you think he's trying to sap his power, but it's just like, no, because what we see in the finale is that I don't get Danny's trick. Okay, everyone's doing actual tricks, making cars disappear, the thing pop up, the balloon, whatever. But like, his thing is, I'm just gonna lift up this 1,000-pound weight over my head. That's not really a magic trick. Because like, in real magicians, where there's always an explanation, you can look at that and go, well, it's not a real 1,000-pound weight. They're just acting like it is. But here it's shown that it is 1,000 pounds. He has trouble lifting it, then he does, and it just floats there above his head. And people are supposed to think that that's fake. Like, what happened? Is there a wire? And it almost drops on his head, but he's able to jump out of the way. Well, I will say that they did the thing where. So here's the situation. They do the thing where the characters have to kind of break up, you know? Because she tries to tell him what's going on, he won't believe it. Even after she comes back. Because, like, she has the tape as proof, but Max walks in and takes the tape and he does this. And rubs it. And when they play it, it doesn't work. And it's painfully obvious. Because, like, they wrote this, and Danny is not an idiot, okay? He's standing there when they say, oh, hey. He knows that Max is a powerful sorcerer. He can think that this means something. He's doing something. And he's just like, he doesn't want to admit it. Whether or not it's about he doesn't want to get caught or what. It's just like, nah, I don't believe her. Even later, it's not like he just doesn't want to get caught. He doesn't believe it. Because later, when she comes back, she realizes that he's going to die. I think it is. She goes back. By the way, she's wearing the most typical 2000s girl fashion where they take a t-shirt and then they put one of those kind of like a girly tank top thing over the t-shirt. It's what they did in kids shows when they didn't want their teenage girls to show cleavage. You can wear that, you got to put it over a t-shirt. And I have seen other girls back then wear it. Keep in mind, 2005, that was my teenage years. I've seen girls wear that. Some still wear it today. But, so after it crashes down, Max, so, like, everyone else is introduced and does their own thing, but when it's Danny's turn, Max is like, Max is gonna lift this weight over his head. Or, Danny's gonna lift this weight over his head. And then when it doesn't work, he's like, Danny's real trick is gonna come up next. Like, he's really pushing this. And so then they had delivered this box, which Allison is in. And it's the sword box. And then she's gone when he opens it, and then she comes back. She must have went through a trap door or something. And she comes back. And then it becomes Harry Potter. Because Max is like, okay, time for his next trick. And just makes him float. And I'm just like, how are you going to explain this? I'm like, no. And by the way, Danny's parents have front row seats to this show. Max invited Danny's parents for a front row seat to their child's death. Now that's evil. Because I'm watching, think, oh, hey, you sit here right front and center. And I'm like, motherfucker. You gave his parents front row seat to their child's death. So Danny's up there, and he has the ring off by this point. Because that's when everything turns, because he's like, at him like this. She pulls it off. And then he's like he can sense it. But he's got all, so and this is where all of a sudden, after saying that he doesn't want to take it off because he can't control his powers, all of a sudden he just has control, whooshes down, hits Max, poof, smoke. Max is gone and Danny is there and no one asks questions. All the footage of this disappeared and somehow ended up on Allison's desk at home. And no one knows what happened to Danny. But oh no, the popcorn floats. He's right there. Yeah, and they said that they will have to deal with Max again someday, so he's not completely gone. Which is because they were planning a sequel. Titled, Now You Don't. But it didn't happen because they gave Ali Mishalka the option to do that or Cowbells. And she chose Cowbells. No, you should have done a sequel to this because that would have been better. I'm just saying. What's that sound? I think it's something outside. Almost done anyway. So yeah, I'll give it a high middle of the road for sure. It's not bad. Everyone says this is terrible. They rate it low. No, it's not that bad. No, I liked it. I like it. It's always been one that I'd like. So this is also one I had on VHS, I think, somewhere. I recorded on VHS tape. So, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Now You See It? In the comments below, like, share, and subscribe. Remember when I told Sully when I told you that this was going to be the last of the. Remember when I was talking about doing. Remember Sully when I was talking about doing Disney movies with Disney Channel stars on it, and this was going to be the last. Yeah, that's right, you did. I lied. Yeah, there's one more. There's one more. I was like, oh, right, there's Disney Channel people in that one. We'll get to it. And it's a first time watch. And I'll explain that when we get to it. But it's again. So, thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.